Hi, welcome to New Lane. I'm Hannah Morris.
I'm Monica Ramsey.
And today we are here with Courtney Campbell,
Hi.
all the way from Tallahassee.
Yes, Dallas, Florida.
Nice.
How's the weather there right now?
It's actually beautiful. It's like kind of chilly in the mornings, which is like not a normal for Tallahassee. And when you step outside and you're dripping in sweat. So it's actually really beautiful out. It's like 77. Perfect.
It's amazing. It's like kind of like California. It's so hot in the summer. Fall is, I feel like, our best season.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, me too.
Well, plus it's the off season too, right? So
And fresh into off season. Yay. How exciting.
I feel
So
like there
where-
is no off season though in this sport.
it's true, especially if they do all the other races overseas.
Yep.
And you're preparing short amount of time to prepare for 26. So it goes by with the holidays, everything's in motion. Where are you originally from?
Hastings, Minnesota. So Alex and I are both originally from Minnesota.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
It's so cool how in the industry everyone is from different places. And I had no idea. I just always assume like everyone's from California.
Yeah, so we lived in California for 4 or 5 years before we then moved to Tallahassee.
How did you like living in California?
I liked it. It was definitely different. So I grew up in a small town, so definitely a country girl at heart. So California was a very big difference, but I loved that there was so much to do. Like you were never bored. And then moving to Tallahassee, it feels more like home, but then it is a lot more boring. Like there's not as many food places or things to do. Like a lot of people that moved here don't really love it.
You've heard. Sorry, Tallahassee.
It's not something people don't know. We all here are kind of like, it's Tallahassee, but I don't mind it.
Do you get to get back home frequent? I mean, with your schedule and such, do you get to go back and?
Not really. When we go to Millville, obviously that's like the big one for us. My whole family comes, Alex's whole family comes to that race. So we try to go like the week of Millville to like go home, see everyone. But typically we try to go back once in the off season. Alex actually just went home last weekend to help on his family farm. But I stayed here because of the dog, and it was just so like quick from nations to now this. And then we have a few overseas races we're going to. So I was just like, I can't make that happen this year.
So you're going to go to I was going to ask that. Are you going to the overseas races too?
Yeah, so I'll go to Paris and Australia just because those are the two Cooper Webb's doing. So it's Alex being his mechanic. I have FOMO. I don't like missing out on things. I'm like, I want to go. So I just go as a vacation.
Okay, I guess we should back up. So we need to talk about who your husband is and what you do in the industry. So your husband is Alex Campbell, and he is Cooper Webb's mechanic.
Yes.
And you are also a PR representative for Star Racing, correct?
So I'm employed directly through Yamaha corporate, and then they put us with Star. So yeah, there's technically 3 of us that all do the PR for the team.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize there was 3 of you guys. Wow.
Yes.
Well, it's 50 riders, so
we have a large team. Yeah, so essentially how I got into my role was obviously Alex has been on the team. And then Jamie Dakotas was the PR coordinator before I jumped in. And she did a full year by herself and then was just like very like, this is too much, going to every race. I'm sure like a lot of the industry gets that. She's like, I kind of want support. And I kind of joked to her at Nations in 22 when it was at Redbud, like, well, if you ever like want help, like, I'd be interested in like doing this or whatever. And so then like a week or so later, she's like, did you actually mean that? And I was like, well, I need to know like, what's it entail? Like, what do you actually do? I was kind of just like a joke to like see what would happen. And then she's like, well, I want support. So then the following year, 23, I did take the job and then we split the role. So she went to half the races. I went to the other half. And then she wanted to jump out and kind of take over her business that she already was running and then start a family. So then I was like, well, I have a full-time job still. I don't want to do this full-time. because traveling 32 weeks a year, it definitely gets to be a lot. So then we brought in Ashley Denny, who's actually Christina Denny, who works for the AMA. Her daughter is then my counterpart for this series. So every race, there's at least one of us. And then we do have a lady, Andrea, who's above both of us, and she actually does all the PR. So Ashley and I, we don't write the press releases. We don't do the social media. We don't do any of that. We're just kind of like weekend support for the team and the riders, and then maybe obligations that weekend.
So what is it like being married to a factory mechanic?
It's wild.
Hours, lots of days.
Yes. You hardly see them. So he'll leave before I even wake up, and then come home at 7:30, eat dinner, and then we go back to bed. And then obviously travel wise, they are gone a lot more than like managers and things like that, because they'll fly on Thursdays, at least the Star Yamaha mechanics. They fly Thursdays, and then set up Thursday, practice on Fridays, race day Saturdays, and then Sundays they stay wherever the race was that weekend and rebuild their bike from the ground up. And then they'll fly home Monday, and then they'll have the rest of the day Monday off. But I mean, they're still traveling. Like traveling that many rounds is still work. Yeah. So it's definitely different. You have to kind of adapt and know that you're kind of going to be alone a lot of the time, but that's just how it goes. But there's also a lot of rewards that come with it, to see them chase kind of like their lifelong dream of being at like that top step in the industry as well.
So we have both been married to husbands who race, and then we've both been on the other end of it, where our husbands have worked for teams. And is exciting as like your husband, it is like winning for like your husband, like that's so cool. It's also just as cool when people on the team do well. Like I do feel that way. Like I feel like, it's like worth it, all the hours that they put in. And it, for some reason, winning just makes it worth it.
Yeah, Nathan, when RJ won last year, the 250 West Championship, he was like, I think it felt better than when I won my championship.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. He was like a proud dad.
All the time.
I was proud mom.
Work. Yeah, I'm so excited too. It's just so, I feel like there is just, and at Star, they're known for, I think they get one day off a year, right? Like Christmas or something. Like it's just
there's not a lot of time off.
Yeah.
They tried to shut the shop down for like a week or two. And then when Nations blew up and all of that happened, there was like, nope, we got to figure this out, do all that. So they didn't really have any downtime, but it was worth it in the end.
So when you are in the off season, is Alex on the weekends at the shop too?
Not on the weekends. They try to just limit the shop Monday through Friday, and then they do have shop hours. So like when it's open, when it's shut, so that people aren't staying there all night, especially when the other stuff to be done, but it's not the busy season of there's practice and race all happening at the same time.
Now, you said Alex is from your area too. Did you guys go to high school together? How did you guys meet?
Nope. So we grew up about an hour and a half apart. I actually went to college near his hometown. But when we met, he wasn't even living in Minnesota at the time. So he was living in Florida, had just graduated from MMI, Motorcycle Mechanic Institute. But he came back for his 21st birthday in December of 2015. And then that's when we met. And then we did long distance for 3 years. And then I finally made the move out to California to live with him.
Yeah. So did you guys meet at like a bar? Like how did you guys actually meet?
No, we actually matched on Tinder. Tinder was like the big booming thing. Yeah, so we actually matched, and then I didn't actually meet him for a whole month. And then he came back for Christmas and then took me on a date, and then we just kind of FaceTimed from there on out. And when I met him, he was still living in Florida, but he actually just got the job with Geico Honda to go be RJ Hampshire's race mechanic. So like there was 1 month I knew him, he was an amateur mechanic, and then the next he was driving himself to California to now pursue his professional mechanic career. So it was very wild.
Awesome. So it was meant to be then.
Yeah.
Meant to be.
How is you guys' relationship with the Webb since Cooper is your husband's rider? Are you guys close? What is that like for you guys?
Yeah, very close. So we've always had good relationships with the people he's worked for. I have nothing bad to say about any of them. They've always like we've gone to dinner with them, done great things. But the Webbs, it's definitely on a different level. Like we just went on to Hawaii with them. Like we go on vacations. Off season, we'll go down to the beach together. We go get dinner all the time. Mariah Webb, Coop's wife, is honestly, I can say like one of my best friends and will be for years and years to come. We tell each other everything. I probably know things that her husband probably doesn't even know about her. But we are very close, and their kids, if she needs anything, I work from home. So like she's like, I need you to watch Indy for like an hour. I have to go do something. She'll drop her off. It's awesome to kind of see outside of like the work, because again, I do also work in the industry. So like seeing them as professional athletes and then getting to see kind of the other side of them as a dad, husband, and just like a friend is like so wild. And it's awesome to kind of see the other side that people don't get to see typically.
I agree. The Webbs are the best. And I have to say, I feel like that relationship between a mechanic and his rider is such an important relationship. But also, I feel like all the wives at Star, you guys all do a really good job of like doing things together. I feel like you guys are a real team, not just the mechanics and the riders and the team personnel, but like all the wives. You guys do like, I don't know, like I'm not sure if it's book night or whatever. I saw you guys with like a board party. You guys do a Christmas party. I feel like you guys really do a good job of making a cohesive relationship amongst the women on your team. And I think you guys are pretty much the only team that does that. And I really, really admire that.
Yeah, we try to, obviously, everyone is from so many different places. None of us have family around. We all understand like it can get lonely, especially if you have kids or don't have kids and aren't busy.
Especially it's a small town you guys all live in right now.
Yes, and we're all
And you're
bored.
hunting going on all the time.
Yeah, so it's definitely nice to have everyone. And yeah, as a collective, as a team, like we see each other all the time. We all go out to dinner, like us and other mechanics, or like all the wives and riders. Like we do see each other a lot. And Star does try to do its best as well whenever there is a chance, especially in the off season, like trying to do like a team party, like we'll all go bowling, or we try to get together just so like everyone, there's still that cohesive relationships between all of us.
Yeah, I love that.
Do you ever have to deal with any negativity as far as within anybody, the wives? Like if somebody's feelings get hurt, do you have to like navigate? That's because with the cohesiveness also comes, when you hang out a lot, different things happen.
Definitely been time. Yeah.
I lived during a season of that. And so I'm just curious.
Yeah, it definitely comes with like, there are times where, yeah, some people might feel left out or this and that. So I'm not going to lie and say no.
Yeah.
But it's, I would say less often than more often. Like we do try our best. And then I think people also realize, like obviously if us and the Webbs go out, like no one's going to be
right.
Totally. Yeah.
You guys have
friends.
really,
it's more so like, yeah, those group settings, if someone got left out or something like that, like obviously, yeah, feelings are probably going to be hurt. But we try to do our best to include everyone. And even the people that aren't kind of on the teams that are part of other teams, like we have MTF and GPF that are so close. Like sometimes we invite those people to come hang out with us sometimes as well. So we just try to be inclusive to everyone.
Me too.
So tell us about your role as far as with PR. What's a day like for you? What are your responsibilities?
Yeah.
People have this idea, but they don't really know.
Yeah, so I am a PR coordinator for Star Racing, but I have a counterpart, and then I have a woman that's actually above us. Her name is Andrea. She actually does all the PR related items like press releases, like getting all the media obligations together, social media. She handles all that. Where then my counterpart, Ashley Denny, who is Christina Denny's daughter, we share the role. So all 32 races, we kind of split in half. So like we'll go through and pick which ones we want if anyone has a prior obligation. So there's always only typically one of us at each round, but we're kind of just weekend support. So we are still a PR coordinator, but we're telling the guys their media obligations. So like Monster Rig Riot is a huge one. Press conferences if they're top 3, going to media corrals if they got 3rd to 10th, and then obviously autograph signings. So it is a very hectic day, but we try to obviously limit it as much as possible because we also understand like they're there to race, but they also obviously have media obligations. So typically we fly Fridays, obviously race day is Saturday, and then I'll fly home Sunday. So Fridays is when we'll kind of send all the guys their media obligations for that week. If there's a TV interview where they're going to come see them at the semi at a certain time, when autographs are, and then race day is full steam ahead. I'm sure you guys get it. It's hectic. It does not stop. But there's a lot.
The fan line is ridiculous.
Yes, the amount of times. And I try to be nice to everyone. Like, I never want to be like, oh, she was so mean to me. But there's like times where fans like take it to the next level. I think it was it might have been my first year working for the team, 23. I had a dad, I had to cut the line because like we only do 20 to 30 minutes. And I had to cut the line, and a dad took his Eli Tomac's son's shirt off in front of me. This kid's like 3 years old, and threw it in the trash. And the kid started bawling. And I was like, okay, maybe I don't like my job. Like I have to like tell all these poor kids, like, sorry, like autographs are over. And then you have their crazy parents that are just like, we've been standing in line for 5 hours. And I'm like, it's not my fault.
The guys are there to race. And it's not like, this is one thing about motocross is that there is so much access to the riders, especially on race day. It's not like that in any other sport.
No.
And like
football,
gravy signing.
Yeah, you would never.
Like 30 minutes straight
before a game. That just doesn't happen. So it's like people have to be understanding, you know.
Yes.
They're there to do a job.
Yeah, there are a lot of nice people, but then you have your fans that are, this is their life. And I'm like, I get it, but like they're here to do their job. And this is just a nice perk to their job. So
you do PR training with the riders? Is that your responsibility or no?
It's not. No. So I solely just am an independent contractor through Yamaha. And I just work the weekends that I'm like contracted to go to. So that's like not responsibility on me. I believe they have done PR training in the past. I don't know if they have lately. I mean, probably not lately.
Nathan had to go through PR training depending on what team he was on. Yeah.
Yeah. I know like Honda, they definitely do PR training. Yeah.
My husband did it at Kawasaki. It was like 2 full days.
Yeah. So like their PR coordinators for Honda, Cowie, and KTM, they do a lot more than I do. So I give them a lot of credit. That's like their full-time job. Because they do all the press releases. They work in the shops and stuff like day in and day out, where I am just weekend support. So it's kind of like my fun job, I like to say.
Well, tell us about your real job. I didn't realize that you had not that your Star isn't a real job. That's totally a real job. So tell us about your other job that you do.
So I still have a full-time job. I'm a director of projects for a marketing agency that's actually still located in California. That's the job I had when we lived in California, and then COVID hit and we all went remote. And then I was like, well, I'm moving to Florida. So, and they're like, that's fine. Like, we'll still keep you on. So I work for them Monday through Thursday, 4/10s. So it's a lot. But luckily I'm able to be at home, and with having that job, that's kind of why I was able to take the Yamaha job when it kind of came about, with being able to fly on Fridays and not having to actually work on those days. So it was super, super beneficial, and I'm happy that it came about that way.
What is your degree in?
Mass communications with an emphasis on advertising.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So can you talk to us about how you got the job at Star, the PR job?
Yeah, so Jimmy Dakotas, who used to be a professional racer, she had the job the year before I helped her out. So she did a full year on her own, and she realized, like, because she also had a full-time job while she did that. She realized like it was a lot to go to 32 races a year and also have a job. So she's like, I kind of wanted support. I joked with her at Nations in 22 when they were at Redbud, like, hey, if you're ever like wanting to have help or you ever leave, like, I'll take their job, kind of as a joke. And then a few weeks later, she kind of reached out and was like, hey, were you serious about that? And I was like, well, tell me more about the job. Like, what are the obligations? What's the pay? Like, obviously, I have a full-time job and I don't really want to stop that because I love what I do. But if it works out, I'd love it. And it all kind of fit into place. So 23 was my first year with the team. And I split the role with her. So she did half the races. And then 24, she wanted to take a step back and kind of start a family. So she kind of stepped up.
How much of your job is like managing a crisis or like, Haiden Deegan crashing out on TikTok versus more or less celebrating the big things that happen behind the scenes, whether it's winning or podiums or like whatever?
Yeah, so that's kind of the difference between the other PR coordinators and like our role is we are just weekend support. So I don't have to deal with any of the drama through TikTok or getting arrested. Like none of that is anything that we have to handle. It's kind of above me. So Andrea, Mike Ulrich, all them, they're kind of like the head PR people at Yamaha. So thankfully for me,
yeah,
You have the fun job.
yeah, you do.
I get to be the one that's there for the wins, and kind of just be in there and celebrate. So yeah, it's just kind of we help with their media obligations during the weekend. But anything that's kind of outside of that doesn't really fall under what we do or have to support with. So obviously if anyone gets top 3, we have to make sure they go to their press conferences, things like that. If any media people want to set up interviews during the weekend, TV, any media outlets, they'll come to us and kind of like, hey, can we get Haiden for 2 minutes for this publication? And then we'll kind of set that up, make sure everyone's on board. So that's kind of the difference there, where I know the other KTM, Cowie, all them, they're kind of handling all of that during the week as well, where I don't touch anything Yamaha related during the week, or even a weekend I'm not working. I don't really have to handle any of that.
Well, while we're on the subject of TikTok and Haiden Deegan, what is it like working with Haiden and the Deegan?
I personally love the kid.
Yeah.
I feel like it's either you absolutely despise him or you're obsessed with him as a teenage child. I don't. Me and him have like a very different relationship. Like I always say, like he's my little brother. Like loves to push my buttons, loves to get under my skin because he's a 19-year-old kid. Like what else are you gonna do?
I think people forget he's a kid growing up in front of everybody.
Yes.
Give him a little grace, like.
Yeah.
I think about my own son, if he was doing that, in the public eye, and he's posted things on social media, and it's like every little thing you do is scrutinized, or every good thing they flip it into a bad thing. And
yes, and I feel like that is a lot of it, where so many people don't like him, so they're gonna find anything they can to spin it to why that was such a bad thing to do, or vice versa. We're like, I feel like I do know a lot of these guys outside of racing on like a more personal level. And for instance, like he is like such a nice kid. Like when you're just chilling at someone's house, like he is respectable. Like, yeah, online, he definitely isn't portrayed that way, but everyone in front of cameras, I feel like always can kind of have a facade. But for the most part, like I have nothing but great things to say about the kid. I mean, he loves to push my buttons and make my job sometimes harder, but like it's all lighthearted and it's just the fun of it, I guess.
How good did it feel to give him that champagne shower?
Oh, great. You could see the rage in my eyes. Everyone talks about that whole like like of photos, just like it looked like a demon was coming outside because like he loves to be like, I'll tell him like, hey, we got to go to the press conference. And he's like, no, I'm not going. And I'm like, no, you are. Like he just loves to do that like little sibling rivalry I feel like we have going on. So it's all fun and games in the end of it.
He knows how to push your buttons.
Yes. And
Like-
everyone says that, like, you can't like let him get to you. Like he knows now. And I'm like, it's hard. I'm just like, I don't know what else to do. I can't just like walk away. It's my job. I have to get him there.
I think it's cool that the Yamaha has some PR roles for behind the scenes, like putting out the press releases and dealing with, media as far as during the week, but then you guys can focus on the weekends with that support. I don't know. I feel like it shows in your work ethic and just seeing you like on social media that you really enjoy that, and you just have to focus on that and not worry about all the other things that come with it.
Yeah,
so
and I think that
really nice.
I think it definitely helps. That's also why I have such good relationships with all the riders, is because I'm not the one having to like, hey, tone it down here, or hey, do this, or you have to do this on this day. And so it's like I get more of the fun sided part of it, where I'm there with their hat and their goggles and their monster can after the win, and like get to tell them good job, and like get to kind of be in those moments and not have to be the bad guy all the time. I mean, there's definitely moments where I have to, but
moments with your husband too. Like,
yeah,
like that's just really cool. Like you're down there at the podium, because I feel like a lot of times mechanics' wives get forgotten about. And I think it is cool that you're such a big part of the program too. Like you're sacrificing too. You don't get to see your husband. Like you're spending so much time away from him. So it's cool that you get to be involved in all of the wins too.
Yeah, it's definitely, I take it a lot more, I wouldn't say for granted, but being able to have this role and like be able to travel with him half the year, a lot of people don't, and relationships definitely do strain with being apart for so long. Yes, like I am very, very thankful that I do get to go with on weekends, and like especially championship weekends. Like Coop just won his 450 Supercross, and that was Alex's first 450 Supercross championships. Like being able to be down there and like be in those photos and kind of see the other side and like watch all that hard work come to life is definitely awesome. And to be a part of it on a
yeah. Well,
I love that for you guys. How is traveling with your husband?
So I actually don't technically travel with him. So it's
because he goes before you, right?
And comes home after.
yeah, so
okay.
they leave Thursdays and he comes home Mondays, and then I go on Fridays and Sundays. So I kind of travel with management, riders, things like that. We're all kind of on the same planes, especially Tallahassee because it's such a small town.
Mm-hmm. I know. We had a couple of the wives on, and they were saying like because you guys live in kind of a small area, they were having to leave. A lot of them leave on Thursdays for motocross.
Yes.
Because they're all over as well, and just not wanting to miss that flight. Plus the Saturday races are early in the morning, with practice, and so
yeah.
But you don't leave till Fridays, right?
Yeah, I typically won't. The only time is if because I'll typically try to just catch the first flight out Friday, which is like 5:40 a.m. Gets to be a lot, but then we're typically there before anything I would need to help support with. Because even like press days, that's the other thing. Like press days, yeah, you think it's PR related, but I don't technically work on Fridays. So like I'll help get the guys to like their press interviews, but that's also like another thing. Like we are just kind of supporting with. It's kind of
it's already all set up, so there's really not much that you need to do there besides make sure they're there.
Yes, exactly.
Do you have a favorite track you go to?
I would have to say Millville, just because it's home. Yeah. Not really hometown, but it's the closest because all my family comes, all of Alex's family comes, and then I didn't really grow up in the motocross world. Alex did. Alex used to like race GNCCs and like random local races. So it's kind of like going to Millville is kind of like something he's always like dreamed of being on the other side of it. So now that he is, it's kind of fun to see. And then all our friends and everyone, it's a big party at Millville. So we love it.
Did you know anything about Supercross and motocross prior to you guys meeting?
I did a little bit, but not like all the ins and the outs that I obviously know now. But I knew of it, but wasn't really going to the races. Like, I don't think I ever went to a professional Supercross or motocross race before I knew Alex.
And look at you now.
Yeah, now I'm on the floor.
Now you're in it.
What's your favorite part about being at the races?
I would say, honestly, seeing how hard these guys work day in and day out, whether it's a mechanic, an engine builder, the rider, manager, like it takes a team. So watching them just go from like practice days to the race days and then like winning, I think any win, whether it's your first win, your 12th win, a championship win, just watching how excited they all are and that's the sad part about the industry that I feel is like, it's all only that 5 minutes and then we move on to the next thing. So like being able to see them all so happy and like finally it paid off. It's really awesome to watch, whether it's my husband or whether it's Michael Mosman, like any of them, it's so cool just to see like how excited and like they did it.
You're right. It only lasts for a couple days to be able to soak in the win and celebrate. And then it's like, you got to prove yourself again so many days later. And you're only as good as your last race, I always said. So you're up. Everyone's calling you Monday, wanting an interview.
Yes.
And then if something happens the next weekend, it's on to the next person. So,
but it's so
hard.
Fun to be down there.
Oh yeah.
And it's just the best. There's nothing better than being on the floor when there's like a podium happening.
Yeah, sure. That was a fun one for me being down there too when RJ won. So
yes,
yeah. It was different, It's cool. You just see how much it is a team effort. It doesn't work. It's like any other team sport. You need all of the players.
Well, I also don't think that you realize how much work goes into racing until you're on the other side of it. Like, holy cow, it is so much work.
Yeah, like you can have so much talent in the world, but if you don't have someone that's building your engines to the T or your suspension or a manager that's keeping your head on straight, making sure you're doing the right things during the week and the mechanics checking all the bolts, and it's such a team effort. So it's awesome to see when they all kind of get to celebrate in that as well.
It is.
And even the truck drivers can't race at all without them. No. We appreciate everybody and all their roles that they do. Have you noticed a change in the sport as far as the environment for women entering it? Do you have any advice or have you seen a shift in? I feel like for me, there's way more women in the industry behind the scenes than when I came in 27 years ago.
Yeah, I
do. You see that change even the time that you've been around?
Yeah, I do feel there definitely is a stronger presence of women for the greater good, especially in the male dominant world. That's what I love because like when I first got my role, Jamie was the only girl at the time because Cowie had two men and then Honda had Danny. So watching kind of that whole switch of the PR all switch to women dominant. I think there's only one male left for Cowie. And then even like behind the scenes, obviously there are from all different like sponsors and gear reps and things like that. Like there are so many more women. Like I know Sam at Fly, she is the one cleaning Coop's helmets. Like typically it's always been guys, and like the moment with that, like she's doing just as great of a job, but it's cool to see more women get involved in the sport.
We love it.
I love that.
What advice do you have for other women who are trying to break into the industry?
The biggest thing I always tell people is network. Like, our industry may seem big from the outside, but it is so small. Like, they're always like, "Oh, how'd you get your job?" And I always feel bad because I'm like, I kind of cheated. It's like, I'm married to Cooper Webb's mechanic. But it's all like, it all kind of just like falls into place of like who you know, right time. So I always tell them, like, go to the races, whatever position like you're wanting to eventually have, like, go reach out to them, like, talk to them, ask them what they got their degree in, and just like be that face front. Because, and I know Tati with Honda, the new PR girl, she did that a lot. Like, she always showed up at the races. She'd ask Danny, like, "Hey, if you're ever like on your way out," things like that. Like, and she made a difference. She's crushing it. I love everything she does. She's definitely has a great head on her shoulders and is definitely a powerhouse. So it's be that person, keep chasing your dreams, and it'll all fall into place, hopefully.
Do you have you obviously have a good relationship with all the other PR personnel and like down at the podium and stuff?
Yeah. Yep. We're all a big group. We hang out, watch races together. That's one thing, like, obviously, well, I always call them my kids because there are 500 of them, I feel like. Like, I'm always going to be cheering my kids on. Like, obviously, that's why I'm in my role. Like, I want to see Yamaha succeed. But being able to just like still push that aside and have relationships with these people, and like, we're always going to be cordial and like congratulate them. And I know one thing that always sticks with me is Jamie had once said, like, she had a sticker on a goggle and she didn't have another pair. So she had to like try and get the goggle off before the podium. And Danny, the old Honda PR rep, he jumped right in and helped her. So it's like, we're always going to be there for each other. And Cowie, if they need a monster can and they don't have one, like, "Hey, here, take mine." Like, we're all in this together and we all understand that we're just trying to reach the same goal. So it's fun to like actually have relationships with them and not be like, "Oh, you're on red or you're on green." Like, we don't talk. We definitely all hype each other up and are excited when anything cool happens for their teams as well.
That's fun.
I love that.
Me too.
Do you have one of your maybe most stressful or funniest PR moments that you've had to deal with? Does anything stick out in your mind?
I'm trying to think.
Take your time.
Honestly, stressful. I wouldn't say stressful, but most chaotic. Again, love the kid. So we probably know what this is doing. Haiden Deegan. The weekend after he got arrested, obviously, a marketing standpoint, they're going to hype it up. They're going to do everything like they can to make money.
Which was smart.
Don't blame them. But part of my job is obviously making sure they have the right pit shirt on and team hats and like in their team persona. Like, that's what you're on. It's race day. So obviously him wearing his mugshot t-shirt, not the right hat. Yes, it's on the outside looking in, like, it is funny. Like, I don't blame the kid, but then as my professional side of my job, like, it's my job to make sure he's in the right thing. So having to like battle him that weekend, with put your pit shirt on, like, you cannot leave the semi without your team hat on. Those moments definitely are very stressful and are hard, but like, again, he's a 19-year-old kid. He's just trying to have some fun. So I have to like try and remind myself of that, but then also like, this is my job. I have to make sure they're doing those things. Yeah.
Well, piggybacking off of that, you do have to deal with multiple different personalities, ages, different eras that people are in. Some are husbands. Some are, young, 19, figuring out themselves, and so how do you manage dealing with all these different personalities and the way they live their life, but yet keeping the Star brand, the tone of it?
Yeah. That is one thing though I will give Star. I'm going to say credit just because like there are so many different personalities and I think they do let them kind of all shine through, where if it was another brand, they might
Right.
tone them all to be the same. So that's one thing. They're okay with it. They're okay with some having a rugged, badass, if I can swear, persona, and then some being your wholesome dad that's just going to go out and do what he knows to do, and then that's it, and you're never going to hear from them. But there are so many different personas, like Eli Tomac, for instance, legend. Maybe you've had in total a 10-minute conversation over the 3 years span that I've been working here with him. Like, he's very gonna go do his job, come back out. And then you have the other ones that, like, I'll see them on the weekends and like hang out and this and that. So there are a lot of different personalities, and I think it's just knowing what those personalities are. But then they all also understand, like, they have a job to do. So it's like, if I send them all, hey, here's your PR schedule for the week. Yeah, some are going to give me pushback. That's just the way it is. But then you have the handful of 5 people that they just show up. They don't ask questions. They do what they're told. So
I appreciate that they let them be themselves, though.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a cookie cutter robot. And I
Yeah.
think, like, with Deegan, you know, being himself and not your typical, you know, athlete up there, I think it's good for our sport, and it's entertaining. A lot
Yeah.
of entertainment. It's for entertainment, right? So
that's just it, is people are mad that he's doing certain things, but it's like, look at how many people are talking about it now. Like,
Growing
he's
the sport, that's all that
networking
matters. And he's
and-
building his brand.
Yeah.
very smart marketing behind him.
Just like Brian, you know. So
Yeah.
They're very smart family, and
Very
Yeah.
business.
business oriented. But moto needs that, you know, and I feel like other people are catching on to that.
yeah, like he's
Good for our sport.
Jake Paul. He just did a burnout with
I saw
with Taurus, like
Yeah.
F1. Like, he brought all those eyes to our sport in essentially one social media post. Like, it
He's
is
merging
wild to think about.
Motorsports,
he's bridging
social
that gap.
media, all the things that moto was lacking. So I think it's perfect. I love it.
I'm excited to see where the sport goes in like 10 years
Yeah.
with that. So,
And I feel like it will mainly be because of Haiden Deegan.
yeah.
I mean, he's brought so much growth to our sport. And I think if the other riders can also capitalize it, like the Lawrence brothers, and I think they are, like, they have their race day experience and stuff, I think it's going to do nothing but elevate our sport.
Yeah.
The top guys are doing a great
They are.
job with that. It makes me excited to watch
Me
too when
too.
I'm not there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's
Yes.
fun. Is there any women in the industry that you look up to? Do you have somebody that you've maybe?
Or inspire you, or
Well, I know there wasn't a lot, you know, and now that's growing, but
Yeah.
or is there any, maybe not just our industry? Let's just rephrase that, in another industry.
I would say the first person that comes to mind, though, is Steph from KTM, because she wears 500 hats. Like, she is your end all be all. She's gonna cook. She's gonna create those copies. She's gonna get your gear if you need your gear. She'll wash your boots if you need your boots washed. Like, she is a powerhouse, and everyone loves her. Like, I have never heard a bad word about her. So that's definitely someone that, like, if I'm gonna keep doing this job, like, growing and like branching out and like doing, like, she does so much. And I think a lot of people don't also see that outside of the sport as well. Like,
I
she's
feel
running
like
around.
Steph is one of the most underrated people in the industry, because I feel like the guys are so quick that I want to thank my team managers, my mechanic, my truck driver even. But then there's all you girls who literally ride or die for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And Steph truly rides and dies for her
Yes.
rides.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do. And I'm just like, it's just such an underappreciated position. So you all deserve all the credit in the world.
She does like all the flights and
the
hotels for
travel.
Rockstar Husky and Gas
Yeah.
Gas. and
She does everything.
everything.
It
That's
is
just the 1%
amazing.
of her
Mm-hmm.
responsibilities, you know?
Yeah.
That she's probably taken on and nobody asked. She just, I'll do it.
Yes, which is amazing. Like, she crushes it. That's one person that definitely deserves a lot more hype in the industry. Yeah.
That's great.
If you weren't in the industry, what do you think you'd be doing instead? Well, I guess
Yeah, I'd probably I'd be staying at home. I'd probably,
Marketing, though, you love that side.
yeah, I do love my full-time job at the marketing agency. So I'd probably just keep doing that. Yeah.
what kind of marketing agency is it?
So we do everything from, it's like a full house agency. So we do marketing for all different clients through emails. We build websites, social media, all the good stuff. Yeah.
Nice. We're going to get into some fun questions. What's your favorite drink? Could be alcohol, could be whatever.
An
Both.
espresso martini. I
Love it.
Espresso martini.
I do too. I need one right now.
I'm not, don't they like hype you up? I'm not a coffee girl, but
So that's the funny thing is I hate coffee. I don't drink coffee, but then I love an espresso martini. Like people are like, there's coffee in that. Like, I know, but it's so good, but I won't drink a normal coffee. So it's weird.
I love that.
what is your favorite clothing brand?
That's a hard one. I don't even know.
Do you have like a favorite online store?
Oh, goodness. What could I even say here?
Besides industry clothing.
This is like half my closet's free clothes.
Yeah.
It's like how our husbands are too.
Yes. I'm trying to think. Clothing. I'm trying to even think like if I need something, where do I even go? I feel like the easy
really
answer
would
is
stump you on a clothing
I
question.
know. If you saw my closet, you'd be like, why is she so confused? But I just feel like there's not like one where I always go to them. Like my closet is full of Amazon clothes, Target clothes.
There we go.
Some designer elements. So it's just like I got all the bases covered.
What did we do before Amazon?
Well,
I
even
know, I
Paige
love it.
Craig, we're like, what's your favorite like clothing store? And she's like, Amazon, Marshalls. We're like,
Like
all right.
literally.
TJ Maxx,
Yeah.
all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite snack that you take with you to the track or traveling?
Track snack. What's your favorite track
Well,
snack?
Track snack.
Not for her. Well, maybe.
I would say fruit snacks. I love fruit snacks.
I keep a whole like crate full of them in my pantry.
Oh, you do?
I'm like,
I love that.
yeah.
I'm coming to your house.
Okay. People laugh at me at work when I bring my lunch because I have like Cheez-Its in the snack packs. I have pretzels where you dip it in the cheese. It's like a full-on kid lunch.
I love that.
I
Yes.
appreciate the fruit snacks.
Supercross or motocross?
Supercross.
Duh.
Hate the heat. It's so much easier to watch. Well, not from the floor, but when I was in the stand, Supercross is just so much easier. And I feel like it's more.
Clean bathrooms. Well, you have the semi, but
Yeah, but I feel like it's just a lot more fast paced. Lots going on. Funner to watch, but.
what about your favorite track shoe?
See, I always just have my dunks. My Panda.
Your dogs?
Dunks.
Oh, dunks. I thought
Did
you
do
said
the Panda
dogs.
one?
Yep. They're destroyed. But
I was gonna say, are they easy to clean?
You have to get one every year.
I have a track pair that stays in the semi, and then I have my nice pair at home. But yeah, definitely my Nikes.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite memory at any of the races that you've been to? Like that's special, that stands out?
I think the one that always I go back to is Alex and I got married in 2020. So COVID, our wedding was September 12th. Supposed to be the off season. COVID happened. They pushed the entire series into September. And so we were just praying and praying and praying that there was not a race on our wedding day. And thankfully, the only off weekend when they pushed all those races was our wedding day. So
Perfect.
it worked out really well. And then the following weekend was Millville. So Millville in September, amazing. Like it was to die for. But that race, he still worked for Dylan Ferrandis at the time. And then obviously Jeremy Martin, like we're good friends with J Martin. J Martin came to our wedding. But obviously it's his home track. Everyone's rooting for him to win. But Dylan actually won that moto that year, the week after our wedding. So, and we never went on a honeymoon. So it was kind of like a cherry on top to see Alex win at Millville right after our wedding with all our kind of friends and family there. And I didn't work in the industry at the time. So it was fun because then after that race, he came into like where all the fans were to kind of like see his family and friends. And my sister actually captured a video of me like running to him and jumping and giving him a big hug. So I always like look back at that memory as kind of a good.
So special.
That's really special that you have that on video.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you guys get married in Minnesota or California?
Minnesota.
Okay. So you were already in, so that did work out great.
Yeah. So I went home.
Millville.
He was supposed to be home for like a week or two before the wedding.
Yeah.
But then COVID hit. So then he actually flew in Thursday. We got married Saturday and he left Sunday. Like it was very like he came in, did the wedding and was gone. And then I feel like that whole first year of marriage, I hardly saw him because they were still kind of doing like
they went into like the
calls and
how they would be in like one place for like 3 weeks. That was a hard year for me too.
Nathan wasn't in the
he was
still doing amateur. He was still with the Orange Brigade. He was still running.
Very, very difficult. I had young kids at the time. Well, not young, but they're younger than they are now. And I just remember being like, he would leave for 3 weeks and then he'd come home for 2 days and then he'd leave again for 2 more weeks. And I would just be like, oh my gosh. I
had Nathan at home and I was like, when are you leaving?
Yeah.
No,
we switched roles.
It was actually,
it was a lot.
That was fun. But how was that race with Jeremy Martin this year?
That was unbelievable. Yeah, I worked that race. That was cool to see. I actually cried that race just because like we knew J Martin on like that personal level.
Right.
And to see him just like go out and do that at his home track with like and like being from Minnesota as well, it was just so legendary. Like we still talk about it to this day, like how cool it was.
My husband actually signed Jeremy to Star. My husband was a team manager at Star for 1 year and he signed Jeremy. So we were also crying.
Yes, I love that.
It was very, very cool.
Yeah.
I was watching it from home and I was like, that is so, you just couldn't write a better script for that. It was.
Yeah.
And Jeremy is just such an amazing human. The kindest, nicest.
Their whole family.
The whole family, yeah.
Such nice humans. And like, we kind of were like, oh, like his last race, he'll just go out and do what he needs to do.
He'll have fun.
Any of us thought that it was going to happen like that. So to end like that was it was awesome.
How were your pits after that win?
They weren't that bad.
Really?
Yeah. Like obviously there was people around and like everyone was pumped, but like I had to get him, he was like missing in action. Like I could not find him to save my life. I'm like, where is Jeremy? Like we have to go to the press conference. Like, and he was like hiding out in Eli Tomac's motorhome with a beer. And so like he brought the beer to the press conference and I didn't even realize it because I was just like, I need to get him there. Like we're already late. And after like the press conference started, I looked up there and the beer is on the table and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get fired.
He's like, last race.
I'm good. Yeah.
But see,
so
that's being real.
I love it. That's how it should be. It's real. It's fun. I love it.
Yeah.
I think people appreciate he was drinking a beer at the press conference. Like,
I didn't know that. But
I didn't know either, but
I support it.
Me too. He deserved that beer.
Yes.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. We always ask everybody this question. If you could change one thing about this industry, good or bad, do you have an idea of what it would be?
I think I kind of alluded at this at the beginning, but going back to how it was, again, you guys probably know this way better than I do, but like years ago where there was an actual off season.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no off season within the last like 5 years. Obviously adding SMX, we now race for essentially 3 more rounds, but if there is a break, then it's 4 more weeks because they don't take that week off.
Exactly. I mean, exactly. They're prepping for different bikes, because it's a different style track from what
They're
they just.
back testing on
Yeah.
Supercross. Yeah.
Yeah, and then straight after that, if anyone does nations, team's still working for that, and then we go to nations, and then after that, it's then all obviously world Supercross rounds or overseas races, which like I get they make good money going. Like I'm not gonna knock them for knock them for going because I do the same thing, but then it's just everyone is then still fully working. Like there is not really kind of a stop. Like yeah, most of our riders right now aren't riding, so there's no practice or stuff, but everyone's still at the shop grinding day in and day out to get those bikes to ship overseas and to be ready so when they come back. So like yeah, riders they might get a few week break, but the mechanics, engine builders, suspension, team managers, like they're still at the shop every day getting ready so that when those riders do come back from their break, everyone's ready to roll. So I think that's the big thing. Like again, I love going to Paris and Australia and I'm going to take it along. But there's not really a downtime. Like I feel like back in the day, as soon as it was always Vegas was kind of, and then it was, everyone kind of took a little break and then they got ready for outdoors. And then it was always right after outdoors, kind of a big break where everyone went on vacation and
Everyone
shops
got
were
married.
closed for 2 weeks. People got married, went on their honeymoons. We're like, Alex and I still haven't taken our honeymoon. Like we've been married for 5 years, but there's just no time because
Well, it's like I'm grateful, for those opportunities for my husband and our life, but I feel like when does this end? It's like I'm afraid every single week and eventually one day is going to be filled up. It's like it's like almost taking advantage of it. And I mean, for one thing, nobody's paid what they're worth. I mean, maybe the top few riders, but none of the behind the scenes. They're not. I know. And they're not. And even if they were compensated, I still can't get back time and memories with.
Yeah.
And I was just joking. We went to the pumpkin patch with our nieces last weekend and I was like, oh, how is this a Friday night? We're like a traditional family right now. Like I don't say normal because what's normal? I just say traditional, right? Monday through Friday, weekends off. And I don't know. I don't ever like you. I don't want to feel like I'm not appreciative and that but it really hits home being older and realizing how fast time goes.
Well, it's hard too because I think if they were compensated better in our series that we have, and I know that they're trying and they've done things like SMX to make up for that, but I think if they were compensated better in America, then they wouldn't have to do these overseas races. And
Correct. And I 100% agree with that. And that's why it's like, I'm not going to going. Like, I want to make that money in a weekend as well. It's just, then there's no true downtime. And they're always still working for that next thing. And it is like you race 32 weekends straight almost. And then there's a little break. Yeah. Like all of October, obviously we're not going anywhere, but
well, you did destinations, don't forget.
Yeah, so we did all just go there. But then the first, like Argentina's, I think in 2 weeks. The first
World Supercross goes through December now because there was a date change, and it's a lot.
Yeah, there's weeks between those, but you're still then coming back and you're grinding along during an actual series. Like you're not going to go to these overseas races and not try. So they're still going to be grinding day in and day out during the week, where in the off season, I feel like when it used to be years ago, like, yeah, you're racing, but you're not racing as hard and being as particular until you kind of get in that November, December realm where like now in October, they have to still keep racing because they're racing in November. So it's just, and when we have weekends off, like, yeah, we have weekends off, but Alex wants to sit at home and sit on the couch because he travels every weekend. Like he doesn't then want to go on a vacation or go somewhere for the weekend because, I mean,
he's in a hotel. 40
do that.
Yeah.
And then it's hard when like Nathan's family's in Tennessee. It's like, we have to travel if we want, it's hard. You only have so much time in the off season.
And people are like, well, why are you complaining about traveling? It's like, well, I'm not, but it gets to be old after you just did it all year.
I don't think people understand the travel. I mean, like you were saying, the first flight's at 5:40. So that's what, a 2:30 a.m. wake up call? Because you got to get to the airport. You got to get there early to check your bag, da, 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 da. And then you're at the race. You have to get up super early that next morning. And then you literally work a 16 to 18 hour day. Sometimes you make it to sleep. Sometimes you don't. And then you're on the plane the next morning again at 6 a.m. and you're exhausted.
Which if you have to get up and you live on the West Coast and you're on the East, that's like 1:30 in the morning in California. And then you fly home and then your Sunday's shot because you're trying to make up for all the time that you miss sleeping. And it's, as like nurses, health reasons, it will play a part in somebody's health, recovery for the riders, all this.
So travel is not what people think it is.
No. And even if it's
exhausting.
just Thursday to Sunday. Yeah, some of them have it great. Don't get me wrong.
No, and I'm not meaning saying that towards any racer that does that, because we got the chance to do that with the Reeds when they had theirs, and we lived next door.
They do it because of the recovery.
That's what I mean. If you can afford it, it's worth
100%.
Yes, like it's definitely worth it because you're getting home Saturday night and then waking up in your own bed and have all day Sunday to recover. Where a lot of these people are waking up at 6 a.m. on Sunday and then flying all day and then trying to have way less time to recover. So it's definitely worth it in those senses. But because travel does take a lot out on people.
It does.
It's a whole day.
It's
basically, Well, thank you for joining us. Do you have anything? Any other?
So.
You answered a ton of questions. I've never met you in person. I've seen you, across the way. But next time I see you at a race, I'm gonna come up and give you a hug. And
if we can get through all the Deegan fans.
Yes, literally.
The semi, because it's wild over there.
Yes. It's honestly, I've never seen a line like it. Like Eli Tomac has a line, but Haiden Deegan's fans do not leave the semi.
They're there all day. I've never seen anything like it. And we've both been in the industry for a long time. I've never seen anything like it. And then they'll shout until he comes out. And it is just.
Yeah, I feel like they're very vocal.
It's wild. I don't know how the other riders
handle
it. Mm-hmm. It's a lot.
I mean,
it's a lot,
especially when they're trying to do a job. But again,
I feel like he could have
growing the sport.
I feel like he could have his own team, his own semi, and
he easily could.
I think easily that's coming.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I would see that in the future for him for sure, and he would have the same amount of. It would be crazy.
Literally, it's pretty wild to kind of be on the other side of it. And know kind of them personally and all that. And then just to see the amount of people that idolize and look up and kind of are watching their every move. It's crazy.
Well, you're doing a great job at the PR on the weekends. So we're excited for you and your future in the sport as well.
Thank you. And thank you for having me. It was fun.
Thank you.
Have a great time in Europe and
Paris, Australia,
all the places. Have safe travels.
Thank you.